very routine second half. 2 goals chalked off. Another host of chances missed. It really should have been far more comfortable. Should have been done and dusted long before Jota's big entrance. And
you got the big storybook ending, didn't you?
It was always going to happen, wasn't it? As soon as he climbed off the bench in the 65th minute, you just knew it was all about one man, Jota. And to do it, that end there, right in front of his die-hard fan base, oh boy, did he milk it. Apparently there was tears at the end as well. Couldn't quite see the way up here, but there was tears at the end as well.
By the way, he looked like an emotional wreck at the end, Fraser, which just tells you, he's obviously been through the ringer a little bit over his last 18 months. Very unusual to see a player that emotional.
you got a better view of it than us then, away up at this end of the stand, but it's been a tough couple of years for the lad, isn't it, over there making all that money in the Middle East. My heart really goes out to him. My heart really bleeds. But in all seriousness, man, I mean, these guys like Jota, are serious about their football. It's not all about making money. Whether it's 190 grand a week, whether it's 40 grand a week, they're getting weighed in pretty well anyway. So the football is what really makes them tick, guys like Jota. And it simply wasn't getting enough of it out there, was he? And the same when he went to Rennes, he was very much a bit part player. So he's finally back in a place where he knows he's loved, he's adored, where he played the best football of his career. He's still at an age where he would think the best of his career is still to come. It just all adds up to a really good bit of business for Celtic. And I think the Celtic fans, I think they've already reconnected with Jota the moment he walked in the door. But that wee debut goal today only helped to solidify that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I hear what you're saying. And I know that press box at Fir Park is way down the kind of wrong end, if you like, from where you wanted to be for the Jota goal. But even if you couldn't see his tears, I'm sure you saw his hair. It's actually quite spectacular. It's more impressive than I remember it.
Bouncy, isn't it?
Oh, what
you'll be replacing Joe Hart in some adverts there, I think. It was the first thing that jumped out at me, literally, when he climbed off the bench. It's quite something. He's just a striking performer all round, isn't he? Whether it's his appearance, whether it's his dazzling skills with the ball at his feet. And I tell you what, there was a couple of mazy runs in that second half that proved he's no lost any of the magic despite struggling for game time in his last 2 clubs. So
he did look desperate to make an impression, didn't he? He was desperate. Every time he got in the ball, he was trying to either beat a man, clip a ball into the box, or more often than not, try and create a bit of room to get a shot away. He was desperate to get on the score sheet.
He didn't waste anything either. I think there was an end product from everything he tried.
Yeah.
So it was it was a right decent half-hour debut for him.
I think it'll excite the Celtic fans, Fraz, because see, even I think the first time he got the ball down at his feet, I think he did about 3 or 4 step overs, and it brought it right back to you, didn't it? That's what Celtic are getting here. This boy is genuinely the sort of player who'll get bums off seats.
Where does he fit in though, Keith, right? I mean, does he start? If they had an Old Firm game next weekend, does he start? Because obviously Nicholas Kuhn has been the key man this season, the top man. And then you've got Dyson Maeda, who again probably put in a man of the match performance in the other wing today with 2 assists and a goal.
It was terrific.
I don't think right now Jota's going to be a starter, unless it's just to rest the 2 aforementioned players. But right now, if there's an Old Firm game next week, I think he's going to have to bide his time till he gets in that starting 11. But he's got the number 7 on his back. He's got the old salute celebration has been pulled out the bag already. It's all
that was nicely styled out.